Welcome to Warn Radio with your hosts, the Watchman Dana Smith and Tower. Thanks for listening.
Greetings in the name of the Lord and welcome to Warn Radio. This is Tower. I'm here with the Watchman and we are glad you joined us. Please send all your prayer requests and correspondence to us through our contact page at warn-usa.com. You can listen to our Warn Radio episodes on danaglennsmith.com or warn-usa.com. Warn Radio is on the following platforms: Amazon Prime Music in Podcast, Spreaker, Blueberry, iHeartRadio, iTunes, Stitcher, TuneIn, Google Play Music, Blog Talk Radio, Podcast Addict, Castbox, Google Podcast, Deezer, Spotify, Anchor, and Pocket Cast. And do not miss the featured posts this week of our in-depth biblical articles and radio shows featured on danaglennsmith.com. Faith of Jesus in a World of Evil. American Vipers Destroying the Souls of Men. Featured on warn-usa.com. Christian Genocide Global News Classic Warn Radio. Way of Jesus, China, Antichrist, Faith, Myanmar. Prophets Burden, Valley of Vision. And don't miss these WIBR Warn Radio weekly shows. Advocacy for September 4th. Gospel of Peace, Nigeria, Faith of Christ, Advocacy, Persecuted, and Sound the Shofar for September 6th. Discipleship, Occupy Till I Come, Labor and Reward, Part 5. And be sure to get your copy of The Rising. It's a Christian fiction thriller by the Watchman Dana G. Smith, a story of personal survival, the struggle of a nation, and the love of two people, set amidst the prophetic landscape of perilous times. Hidden within the storyline of The Rising is the truth of what's happening in America now. Check out The Rising. When he who opposes rises, believers overcome by faith. And you can get your copy of The Rising on Amazon, Barnes & Noble, Books A Million, Ingram, Walmart, Angus & Robertson. And the Rising ebook can be found on Google Play. And you can get your copy of The Rising by going to You can also get your copy of The Rising by going to danaglennsmith.com and visit our Christian books and resource shop where we feature The Rising and other Christian books as well as resources from our Vision Media. And now I welcome in the Watchman.
You're listening to Warn Radio on the WIBR Warn Radio Network. Don't forget to visit our websites at warn-usa.com and danaglennsmith.com. Greetings. Welcome to another Friday. These weeks go by. You know, we've been through almost 4 years of Biden and Kamala. Cheer up, folks. Kamala's running for the Democrats. You know who's running for the Republicans.
Today we're in Discipleship, Occupy Till I Come, the Gospel of God, Part 6. But first, we're in our portion of this where it's just a free bit of this and that we discuss. You know, I was reminded of a few things this morning. I had just come back from a little car ride going into the city to take care of some business early morning. Got in here, getting set up. And so I always keep a water glass with ice in it here. Ice water. So I went into the kitchen. And for some reason I turned on the faucet and put my glass under it. And it shot a few squirts before I realized. I drug that thing away from there. You know, what is the matter with you? You don't drink that stuff. Well, we've had a charcoal filter for years that's purified the water, took out the chlorine and everything else. But then I remembered how I was raised. You know, in our little city in Wyoming, we had fresh wells with fresh water. When I'd go fishing with my dad and we'd be clear up on top of the mountain somewhere, we wanted a drink of water, we went into the fast-moving part of the stream and we would drink out of the brook. Boy, you wouldn't do that in some of these states in America. You wouldn't do it in most of Wyoming's either. Or Idaho's, or Montana's, North Dakota, Colorado. You wouldn't do that today. You know. But when I was raised, you know, we had soft water, natural soft water. Our family had it was my grandfather's cabin, clear up in the mountains. A cold, natural spring. You could go into that thing and take a dip of that in a cup, and they were all metal, by the way, and you would sip that and drink that. That was the best tasting water. We'd go out and fish for brookies and others. Then we were next to a lake, and it's a famed lake. A lot of people know of it. And our cabin was just a little bit down from that. It was beautiful, right below the pinnacles, as they called them. And then I look at America today. We are corrupt. We have fallen the wrong path. And we've had Joe Biden and Kamala fill up our country with people that don't appreciate it. These people come in and they take. They don't give. And when you allow sin to come in, it destroys everything around it. It'll destroy family, family life, city life, your country. Sin even affects the trees and the grass, the animals, everything around you. Now see, where we live, there's a lot of critters. And I don't mean cats and dogs. And no, up here we don't eat them. But we have other critters. And I can tell you that if this place was a dump, like some of the dumps I see in the city, the critters ain't even going to come near it. Because they've got sense enough to know what is polluted and corrupted. And the only critters that you will find in there are usually the domesticated kind that don't have any choice. They're like the people scrounging around trying to find something to eat. Some of them steal, some of them beg. But all the new people that Kamala and Biden are bringing in, they give them money. You see, the Democrats, rightly so in their eyes, and by the way, they're going to cheat again. If you don't know anything about this, you should by now. The Democrats cheat on everything. So we'll find out who wins this next election. You know, a long time ago, I wrote an article, The Winner of Our Discontent. It's actually a book, a long time ago. But I wrote an article, changed the title a little bit because we were going through a tough winter then, and there was issues. A lot of trouble coming out of D.C. for everybody. And we're heading into winter, and Kamala could become the president. That woman don't have any sense at all. Now she can act presidential. And, you know, a lot of them feel in the Democratic Party. I mean, not a lot of people that are voting, but these are others. Young people. Antifa, BLM. They're the little army for the Democrats. Because if Trump wins, they will go back to what they did the last time, burning everything. And you see, the thing of it is, they need to be stopped, but the Democrats in their various cities, I noticed that a man who killed his wife was going to be released. And how many times have I seen where people that were put in jail were released, and these are in Democrat cities. Today we're talking about discipleship, occupy till I come, the gospel of God. One of the reasons that America is where it's at is it's rejected the gospel. And that was prophesied by the Apostle Paul in 2 Thessalonians chapter 2, that they would reject the love of the truth, which is the gospel and our Father. For God so loved the world that he gave his only begotten Son, that whosoever believeth in him should not perish but have eternal life. But we're too busy being stubborn, and rebellion is our main cachet to which we, swing with the rest of them. And then if you look on various special maps, you're going to find China owning land in this country. And of course, the obvious question is, what the hell does China have to do with owning land in America? This is America. What is the matter with all these people coming across the border? This is America. Well, this is not the America that you know. And I've said this many times. Now, Tower and I have been married, I won't tell you the total thing, but we had our